Guys, just let me know on weekend. Have you done your quiz? Any quiz happened on weekend related to CSS or Bootstrap? Okay. Okay, no issues. So for today's session, guys, I'm considering at your end that every topic is clear related to HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. We don't need to repeat any topic. Anjali, I know you have doubt. So I'm right now just for you, I have prepared this example that you are not able to do that orange and red part, stripe part, right? You have asked me that. And related to the canvas part, I'm planning to repeat that after JavaScript because in that part we need to use some JavaScript part. So if we do after just after the JavaScript, you will able to understand more easily, right? So if you are in hurry to use that topic, just let me know. We can have separate discussion on that. Okay. So first of all, we'll see the code. Okay, guys, just see the coding standard I have prepared for you. If you are doing the coding and you want to maintain the tab space, you have to maintain the tab space according to this. Are you able to see my screen? So guys, if you are starting your tag should be end at the same line. Okay. If head is starting from here and head is ending there, then it should be at the same. Okay. This is just the coding standard. Right now for this assignment, I hope you have seen your marks. Okay. So right now for this assignment, I have ignored the coding standards, but after this, you need to submit your assignment with the coding standards also. Okay. I don't know whether you are able to get your remarks. Maybe the Gurukul team will provide you the remarks separately, but I have given the remarks separately for your assignments. And please test your code before submitting the assignments. For some people, the images are not available, and after telling you after so much time, you have not provided the alternate tag in the images. So no image is shown, no alternate tag is shown. So it's just like an empty web page. Okay. So just test your code. Right now I have sent you the assignment 3. Are you able on a WhatsApp? You are able to see in that I have sent you the structure of the assignment. If your assignment contains some images, then you need to put the images into the images folder. Okay. Only the first main HTML or all the HTML pages should be at the outside, else no other thing should be at the outside. So let's continue with this example. No, you can upload a full folder into a Git. It will not get disturbed. And I'm expecting this assignment by Friday, not in a hurry, but I want you to have some creative part in that. Okay. Then you need to see what's happening there. Either it's a width or height. So if your background images was not taking full background, then you need to see Dilip at your end. So guys, I'm just repeating my part again. So I have not received any doubt from anybody. I was waiting. I have clearly mentioned on WhatsApp also that I need your doubts by 1 p.m. Okay, but nobody respond. So considering that, just explaining that this example to the Anjali because she is not able to do that. Anjali, you can see right now I'm using this ID here. So you know that for ID we need to use a hash. Okay. So just giving the height. Okay, first of all we'll run that, then I'll explain you. Okay, you want me to explain this part, right? So just we'll inspect that. This is ID A2. Okay, let's go to the inside that part. Height is nothing. Height is for this thing. Are you able to see the difference? For what height you want to make that part? Font size for this model portfolio. If you decrease this part, it will automatically decrease. Okay. The main thing you were not able to do that, that is this part, background. The repeating linear gradient. You need to use that. Okay. At what angle you want, if you want at 30°, you can do that. Are you able to see the stripes a little bit more curvy? It's at 30°. So this is something, the red part and the orange 10 pixel. If you increase that, you can see the strips are more stronger. I'll share this code with you, Anjali, so that you can have your own testing. So it will be more, give you more clarity, right? So we are doing nothing, is just a simple code. You just need to use this repeating linear gradient, under which you need to give some degree, at what degree you want to transform your code. Red and orange is the combination of for this, and this is nothing. This is something for the, like you can say the, if you want size of your stripes. Okay. So I hope, are you clear with this? So guys, I was just expecting the same from your end. If you tell me your doubts, I will prepare for you like this only. But now I have no doubts. And Canvas and SVG, I already told you I'll cover after the, after JavaScript part. Okay, Rochak, you have some question you can ask. Rochak, are you? Okay, guys, still Rochak is writing his question. Okay, Rochak, I'll give you this question's answer. He just want to know that we can use Bootstrap 3 and 4 in the same HTML page or not. So yes, Rochak, you can use it because some properties are not available, but you need to add both CDN. Okay. Only then you are able to do that. If you can see, we can have this different CDN for that. So you need, oh, okay. So Dilip is asking, it's not compulsory to create casual by using own CSS and JavaScript. We can use Bootstrap. Yes, we can use. I have explained you the Bootstrap example only. So guys, one more thing that I need to tell you. As you know, we are already on 24th June, and after this weekend, we left with only 3 weekends, 3 weeks for the project. So I already told you on Friday that you need to think about your project. So after 1 or 2 days, we'll open some link for you, like a Google form only. You need to submit that what project you are going to do that for this your training. And by 15 July, I'm expecting you to submit the project and report to me so that I can review it. And if you want some changes, we can made it. And by 20th, you are prepared with your Viva and your project. Am I clear? So we need to do that. Everyone is clear? You need to submit your project idea to me. So they need to work on that. Make some GitHub repository separately. Just push your code every time you made it. And whenever you want, you can ask me anything. And we're going to submit this project to me by 15th. Guys, just clear one thing. If you don't submit your project, you will not going to get the certificate. Because at the end, you need to have a Viva on by 20th July. You need to prepare with your Viva because your institute is going to ask about that from which institute you have done training. So Viva should, I think Viva will be there, right? So you need to be prepared with that. So if you have any doubts, we'll be clearing that at the last 5 days. So just speed up and you need to submit that. I know some students are already starting working on their projects. It's really nice. Just be prepared with your content and your concepts also. Are we clear? Yes, we will do DB also, Dilip. Just one thing, if everyone is submitting me project by 15th, I'll surely give you the React part session, which is not in your syllabus. It's just some gesture from my end. If you submit me project by 15th of July, this after, it will be on Monday. So now what? We are already, we have one doubt only, we have cleared that. So now what we need to do? Should we start with JavaScript? Okay. So project, Dilip is asking the project will be having CSS, HTML, JSS part. So guys, you need to make the project with the help of CSS, HTML, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, DB part will also be there. So it should like a complete website, interactive website. I know it would won't be a live website. It should run on your PC perfectly. Okay. So if anybody asks you anything, you were able to do the answer that. We will be covering the DB part after JavaScript and jQuery. It won't be lengthy. It will be a 1 or 2 lecture only. Okay, guys, let's start with our JS part. Guys, just one thing from my end. Just pay attention to this JavaScript. This is the most important scripting thing because by this only you will able to make your website interactive. Okay. So are you remember do you remember that example I have explained you in last lecture, the search example? So we actually need that thing in our websites, the interactive thing. You are just giving the one character it is sort searching for you in the whole table, right? So just pay attention to the basic first. We'll be having basic for 1 or 2 days. After that, we can have these examples. I know this part is containing some theory also, but if you are clear with the basics, then you can play with the JavaScript according to yourself, according to your requirements. Guys, just one request from your end. Please respond, because if you are not responding me, then I'm not sure you are whether listening to me or not. If you're responding me, then I'm able to get it that yeah, you are listening to me. If I'm getting 2 3 responses, that doesn't matter to me, because if other students are not listening, then there is no use. Okay. So by the name JavaScript, what comes into your mind? With the name of JavaScript, just let me know the hard guess what comes into your mind. Okay. Some students are saying some codes to perform particular tasks. Some is saying Java with scripting. Others, guys, any idea JavaScript? Right, Vishal, exactly. It's a good thing. And then not only validations, it can actually have an interactive. So guys, right now what we are doing is a programming, right? If you are writing some code, you are doing some programming. We have done HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. What is that? What we are actually trying to do? We are trying to do the designing. For what? For the web part. So why this is called web designing? The web designing is actually because you are doing something which is going to be deployed on a web, and it is going to be shown to the user. So that's why it's called a front end also, because the user is not going to inspect your part or not going to do something. It's not going to be at back end what is actually the things are happening. It's going to just see that your part, and if he or she is able to do what you want to make them to use that, then only your code is successful, right? So by making static pages, or the by making some responsive pages, but until or unless it's not interacting with the user, then there is something like this. These are the static pages which you can use. So what can be the static pages? Static pages in your website, if you make the about us page, the what is the actual website is about, then it can be a static page, because you don't want to make any user to enter about you on your website, right? Then it can be a static page. But if you want a user to log in your website or sign up in your website, or if you want some input from the user, whether if he clicks on it or if he or she clicks on it, then it should happen. Then you need to use some scripting language. Then you need to write some script, right? So scripting language is nothing. So JavaScript is actually a programming language of HTML and the web. What is of HTML and the web means? You need to integrate these two so that it can have the interactive language. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. Everyone, Govardhan, Sahil, are you getting it? What I'm trying to say? So I'm giving you live examples also, that you need to make your about us page of the website that can be a static page, or you can also make that page interactive by getting their emails to send the emails to them, isn't it? Sometimes you see in their about us page at the end, they just write to subscribe to our newsletter, just put your email ID. Have you seen that? Guys, have you seen that thing sometimes? Okay, just tell me any website name which is popular. Any website name. other than YouTube? Okay, if we go for Mintra. Okay, you can see if we can have the, if we just open this page, terms of use, careers, you can see, okay, they're just asking me the in login. So purely that thing, okay, just you can see this terms of use page. Are you able to see that page? So you can see in this page, you want a user to enter something? No, because it is your terms of use. Then it will be a static page. You just need to put your content in a particular format you want. This is head footer or this is header, which is common. But you can see in this is a static page. I don't think so it contain any JavaScript code. So when we want to have something from the user, so you can, okay, in they're just putting their app links here. I just want to show you that part here. Okay, when we click on contact us, they're asking me to log in. I don't want to log in here. So I hope you are getting my point. When they are not interacting with any user, they are also making the static pages. But when they are making some interacting pages, then they are must using the JavaScript. So moving further, just we'll go to some theory part. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's run the first example. Okay, I want to change the text when I click here. You can see I'm just writing button. I'm saying that on click, you need to get the ID from the demo, and in our HTML, just write hello students instead of it. Don't worry, I'll explain this code in the future. Just showing you by writing this only, we are just changing on everything on a click only. Okay. So just we'll go with our theory part. So HTML to define the content of the web pages. So what is CSS? To define, actually specify or declare the layout of the web pages. But what JavaScript will do? JavaScript will to program the behavior of web pages. So what is behavior here? How you want to make your website that when anybody clicks there or here or something, so what it actually do, right guys? So JavaScript is nothing, it's actually a client-side scripting language. What is client-side? When it is going to have the all over control to the client. Okay. So JavaScript is a lightweight interpreted programming language. So guys, what does mean about lightweight and what does mean integrated? Any idea? Other guys, any idea? if you're not having any idea, you can just let me know that you're not so JavaScript is a lightweight. Lightweight is just a meaning like if you are doing something on in a script language or in a scripting part, then it doesn't want any more resources or any more space. It's just a matter of KBs that it will do everything for you. So it will be a lightweight means if you deploy your something that doesn't require more space or more resources. Okay. And interpreted means when you write your code, then it will be compiling this code line by line. If we are having more than one line in our scripting part, then it is going to compile. What does compile means? Compile means nothing. It is going to check whether it contains any syntax error or any. No, it is having an interpreted nature. Interpreted means it is going to have every line check line by line. It is not going to have a compile time that is almost run in a one single go. It is going to have a single line by line check. It is not going to show you when you are writing a code, but when you are running this thing, then it will, if you're not giving something correctly, it is going to show the error. Just I'll show you one thing. Okay, right now you're saying I'm having a demo ID here. If I put a wrong ID here, now you can see it's not showing me any error at this point. Okay, for me, my code is running fine until or unless I run here. Okay, we'll inspect that in console. You can see right till now we are clear that our code is fine. Right, guys? Here you also not getting any error. But here also we are till now we are not getting any error. Clear? Everyone clear? If you feel I'm running little bit fast, just let me know. Okay. So when you click here, then you are able to see my content has not changed. And here also you are getting some error. What is this? Uncaught type error cannot set property of inner HTML because it's getting null. So why it's getting null? Because it's not able to get that ID because you're searching by ID. So in console, you will get an error. So if I give them the same ID again, just saving it and running it again, you can see if you click on it, if it's everything is fine, then you are not able, then you are not going to get any error in a console. So now you know if your code is not running, then you need to check the console, what is actually happening. Then we'll come to that part. We are just covering our basic. That is actually an event occurring. We'll explain you in a future, in our coming lectures. Just having focused on this, what I'm trying to say, right? So if you are facing any issue in JavaScript, then you need to see the console why your code is not running. What actually happening and what you are trying to do. Okay. I hope this will help you. So why we are using JavaScript? JavaScript actually used to mainly for enhancing the interaction of a user with the web page. That I already explained you. Guys, just please focus on the basic, then you will able to do everything in JavaScript. If you're not clear with your basic, what actually JavaScript will do, then you can try anything. It will come with an error only. Okay. So what does that mean? It actually you can make your web pages more lively and interactive with the help of JavaScript. JavaScript is also being used in a widely in game development and mobile application development. I hope you are clear with this line. Why this we are using in a game development or mobile application development? Because for mobile application development, it should be more interactive. Then only a user can do anything. So if we go to some history part of the JavaScript, so it actually first known as a live script. Okay, but Netscape has changed its name to JavaScript because the it's actually being generated by Java. So guys, what is Java? Any idea about Java? So Java is actually a backend language, backend programming language, with the help of which or with their frameworks you can make your website great website actually. The currently I'm working with this what client I'm making their APIs through backend with Java only. So it firstly come on 1995 with Netscape 2.0, but general purpose core of the language to embedded with the Netscape, Internet Explorer and other web browsers, right? So firstly, generally purpose code for the language is to has been embedded with the Netscape only, but after that it evolves. So we will be having this thing with all the modern browsers. Okay. So how we can run our JavaScript? So being a scripting language, JavaScript cannot run on its own. Are you able to get this line? So what does that mean? Just let me know. But how will it invoke in your browser? But we are not, this is actually an event occur. We are not telling them to invoke. How browser is able to know that it needs to be run that? User action, I know you are saying something like the user when click on it. No. So actually a browser is having a responsibility. Yes, exactly. Vishal is saying the browser having JavaScript interpreter, but it's responsibility of the browser to run the code. Whenever you request in a HTML page with JavaScript in it, the script is sent to a browser. All the script, whatever you're writing, it's sent to the browser. Now it's up to the browser whether to execute it. Okay. I'll show you one thing after the coming this topic. Then you're able to actually relate this. Okay. So now what happening? All the modern browsers are having support to JavaScript, whether it is a Firefox, Opera, Internet Explorer. Everyone is having a support to a JavaScript, and it's actually having a support in every operating system, whether it is a Windows, Linux, or Mac. Okay, and JavaScript is mainly overcoming the disadvantage of VB script, which is not depreciated. Okay. So what tools you need to run this? You need a text editor. I hope everyone is having a text editor right now. Browser. So what text editor you can use? I already told you Node++, Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, Atom, or any text editor you are comfortable, right? So what browser you need? You can use Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, Opera, whatever you like. So guys, this is the first example we are actually seeing. So I'm actually highlighting, why highlighting this part, you need to focus on this part. So what is get element by ID? So by with the name of this function, you are able to see just saying get me that element by ID I'm providing you. So right now, if you can see the code using the same function, get element by ID, giving the ID in a double quotes only. So just telling them to have that ID, the content of that ID, to just have this in into our code. What is document? Document is nothing within a HTML page. So what full is right? This thing is saying document in this document. Get me the element with the ID demo. Are we clear? Any doubts till now? Any doubts, guys? I know I'm going little bit slow because I want to go slow with the basics. You know my nature. I go slow with the basics, then I'll speed up. Okay. I hope we are having 11, 12 lectures. You are able to get to know my nature. Yes, I'm going to explain everything, Dilip. Don't worry, I'm having all notes for you guys. I have prepared by in 3 days the crisp notes that you will able to see in the coming lectures. So no, if this part is containing some theory because I know this will be going to be very beneficial when you are having a Viva because they are going to ask from these notes only. So what is doing inner HTML? Inner HTML is having a method which is we actually doing to change the content of the same ID. Okay. If you do this thing and providing the content here, it will actually change the content of that paragraph. And we have already seen this, right? So guys, till I'm asking you again, till now, any doubt, just let me know, else I'll move further. I want from everyone. I don't want to say everyone's name. Just let me know any doubt. Document is nothing. It's in the same web page if you want to get an element. So guys, if we are using JavaScript, but where we need to put that script tag or where we actually can have our JavaScript. So you can have must be inserted between script tag, right? JavaScript code could be in a script tag only. Okay. So guys, this is the main thing. Actually, I'll explain you that we know all modern browsers supporting JavaScript, right? But sometimes at the client side, they have disabled the JavaScript. Then what will happen? So actually this will, yeah, then it would won't load. The script will not run exactly. But how user will know the script is not running? Okay, let me do one thing. You know this is containing something JavaScript. Okay. If I disable this, now JavaScript is blocked. Right guys, you can see JavaScript is blocked. When I'm now, okay, I'll run that. Now I'm clicking on it. It's nothing giving me any error, but it's also not loading my script. You can see this. I'm clicking so many times here, but no content is changing. Why? Because it is actually disabled at the browser end. So if you refresh it, now you can click on it, it's going to run it. So guys, sometimes if your code is not running, please just check first that whether your JavaScript is disabled or enabled. Dilip, you're asking why we need to disable the JavaScript. Sometimes the client don't want to have to run the JavaScript at their end because they are fearing of some viruses or something. So if they have disabled, then they need to verify it should be compiled at their policy. Only then they will enable the JavaScript. Okay, it's very rare we need we say we are having a disabled JavaScript. So guys, we can see a JavaScript in Internet Explorer. I have given the steps for every browser where you need to turn off or turn on. You can see that. Firstly, this is for Internet Explorer. Then you can see I have given for the Firefox. Okay. So in Chrome, we already seen. I have shown to you. You can just directly also search for JavaScript. Then it will directly give you the site settings and control in the JavaScript. I hope most of the students are using the Chrome part only, but if we are using the another, I have given for the 4 browsers. Are we clear with this? So guys, I just want to show one thing. You can see in my code, it's in a writing, I've just given the document.write is a scripting part. If it's everything is fine, it's showing me hello world. Now if I go into that part, okay, if you can see, okay guys, just focus on the code. I'm writing this thing, scripting, it's showing me hello world. Now I have disabled my JavaScript. Now you can see it's clearly saying me that sorry, JavaScript is needed to go ahead. What does that mean? Now I have a tag no script. What does that mean? If your no script, what will do, if your script is not running, then no script will run. Okay, it will you can print anything here. I'm just writing for you guys the JavaScript is needed to go ahead, means then it's clearly one thing is happening, your JavaScript is disabled for that browser. If you enable it, now you refresh it, now it's running your JavaScript. Just see the code for a minute and let me know if you have any doubt. After that, I'll explain you what is NoScript and what is the use of NoScript. Everyone, any doubt? No, Rochak, it's an internal JavaScript only. You can see I have putting the script part here. Just after this, I'm explaining you how we can use the external JavaScript. I'm getting 2 or 3 responses. We have 12 members. Rochek, can you please pardon? Is it necessary to write type? Actually, I'm not able to get your question. This thing, if you are asking, what I'm highlighting. No, no, this is not actually necessary. This is just an example to show you that this will be a JavaScript part, and this will be not a JavaScript. It's a no script. As some examples I have made for you because just to clear you some things. Okay. As we are having 12 members in the class and getting 3 responses only. What others are actually doing? Just let me know. So are you able to find interesting or not? It's a boring. I have just copied this as an example for you, but I found this example very great. You can see just clicking on this button, we are having turn on the light, turn off the light. You can see as you can see this. So how we are doing? Actually, this thing is doing with the help of JavaScript. So by default, we have given, actually this is doing nothing, just changing the image on a click of a button. So how we are actually doing? You can see that this is purely HTML, nothing else. I'm on a button, I'm clicking, I'm giving this thing, and by giving this thing, turn off, right? And in my image, I'm just giving the, by default, it should be a off, right? It's a PNG image. You can, sorry, it's a GIF image. You can see that's why it's not having any background or something. You can, it's just showing me the good output. So by default, we are giving this thing. So on a click, placing some image. I hope now you're clear with this. We already having a previous example. It's just similar to that only. Any questions related to the code you can ask. This thing, this is nothing. I have already explained you document.getElement by ID. My image, here is the my image. So I'm giving, not giving internal HTML, I'm giving new source and giving this, this is nothing, the image name. So now this thing will go there for the source, and the, when I click on it, okay, I'll just show you. I hope this will help you. Just give me a minute. Now you can see, everyone see here. Okay. You can see by clicking on this, the source is changing, and by default source is off button. So when I click on it, this is automatically changing the source of image. Are you able to see, guys? Nothing is happening, just changing the source of the image. One question from my end, when I click on a button, where it loads whole page or it's changing it within the page only. Just let me know, guys. Other guys, any hard guess? Only these guys can answer. Other guys, this is doing nothing. You can see if it load whole page now, then your browser should will be refreshing here only. But now, right now, it's not loading the whole page. It's just loading that part, the part which is actually affecting. Okay. So we'll see the in the our next thing. So you already explained you if you do something important using JavaScript, then you can display a warning with a node script tag, right? So we can also do something like we can have this thing, uh, what we can say, we can have a alert type thing. You can see when we are clicking on so much time, some warnings appear, right? Something like that. The some bookmark when I'm trying to add is giving me something warning type thing, right? So is we you can also have a Windows alert using JavaScript. If you want to enable JavaScript at your client side, if it's disabled, just do nothing. In a no script tag, just have a alert. Okay. So we can have this example also. You can see in a script tag, I'm writing one function and just on click, I'm calling that function. I'm doing nothing. So we can have script tag in a head tag and we can have our all JavaScript code here. And on click, we can just call a function. Just to show the script tag, just not focus on the function on click, just skip that. Just see, we can have our JavaScript code here also. Okay. So you can see I'm calling my function, right? But there is no my function here. So where is actually, I'm just linking my, no, it will be load. I'll show you first. You can see by calling my function, my text has been changed. So how I'm doing that? I'm doing with the external file. You can see I have the same name in my class also, right? My script. So if you want to open, we can open that. In that I'm writing my function. So Rochak, now you're clear how we can have the external JavaScript. If you do this thing at any point in your HTML page, it will do nothing. It will just link that JS file in your, or load your JS file when the whole HTML page is load. So everyone is clear? Yes, we just need to provide the source where they can actually find the external JavaScript file and just save that file with .js extension. When you are seeing when I am hovering there, it's clear it's a JavaScript file. In a type also, it's showing me it's a JavaScript file. So guys, it's a very basic thing. the functions and events. You already seen we have just functions, and on click it's like a event. This thing you have seen in my external JS example. So what is this? This is nothing. You have to explicitly tell the browser in a script tag that you are going to make some function. Okay, this is a keyword. Then you can give any name to your function with this parenthesis. Okay, then you need to open the curly braces and do your JavaScript code here, and then you need to close the curly braces. So this whole thing is actually called this thing a function. And event, what is event? Event is nothing. Event, when you want to have something on anything, on click, on hover, on you can have many more events. I'll explain you in the later lectures. So on click, I want to invoke that function. So by whatever I named here, I need to give that name with the help of parentheses in a double quotes. So you have already seen this example we have run. Any doubt? So guys, the same thing I told you, explain you where actually we need to place our JavaScript in HTML file, right? We actually need to know this. So actually there is a flexibility we can place anywhere. You can have your in body, in head tag, right? You can have in both also. You can have multiple script tags, okay? But when you are using the external file, then it must include in head section because it's obviously clear. I already explained you this, the external JavaScript file, the same code in the different web pages. Then you can have, okay, why we need to use external JavaScript files? But like I told you remember guys, I told you why we need to use the external CSS file, because when you want to apply the same CSS to every paragraph on every web page, you can just link your external style sheet with your HTML pages. It will automatically apply on every paragraph tag, on every link tag, right? The same CSS. Same goes with that. If you want to use that function in many web pages, you just need to use the external file with .js extension, and then you just need to give the source of that script. Then you can use that function in that HTML page. Should I repeat this? Should I repeat this, guys? So guys, just one thing, I don't know why students dropped out, whether they are finding not interesting, whether they are having internet connection issues. I have no issues if you don't attend the classes, but it's just up to you uh, how you can actually learn something, right? So right now in the starting we are having 14 students. Now we are having 12 only. So I don't know why two has dropped out. Okay. This is the last topic for today. Further, we'll have the discussion tomorrow. So what is JavaScript statements? So you know when you give some instructions to be executed by program, sorry, by computer, then it is actually called a computer program. Okay, just I'll show you one example. Are you able to see the calculator? When you give the instructions to the calculator, just do one thing, 5 plus 6, then it gives you the 11, right? So what is actually behind this? This is nothing, just a programming that you are giving instruction, you are giving input something that you want 5 plus 6. So it's actually having the instructions given by you. So you need to give instructions to a computer which will be executed by computer to perform something, to perform set task. Okay, but these programming instructions are actually called statements. Okay, so what will our JavaScript program? JavaScript program is a list of programming statements. So if you can link these three lines, then you're able to understand what is JavaScript statement. So first of all, we need to think what is computer program. Computer program is nothing. It's just a simple instructions which is need to be executed by computer. Okay, we are clear what is program. Now, whatever the programming instructions, they are called statements. Now we are clear. It's like a join. You can see we are joining the previous line with the next line. Okay, then these are called statements. We are clear. Then these statements, when we are having list of programming statements, then it's a JavaScript program. Okay. So when we are having list of statements, then it's a JavaScript program. So what actually JavaScript statements are composed of? When it's are having values, when it's are having operators, expressions, keywords, comments, when they are having some activities going to be done by that program, then these programming instructions are called statements, and the list of statements are actually called the JavaScript program. So are we clear? So JavaScript program is nothing having JavaScript statements. I already told you when you are having multiple programming statements, there must be a JavaScript. So the statements are executed one by one in the same order as they are written. So if you are having multiple statements in a script tag, it will be run according to the order you have written. If you have written 10 lines of a script, and if you want after first line the third should be run, it won't be possible because it will be run line by line. And the JavaScript programs or the JavaScript statements are often called JavaScript code. Guys, any doubt? So this is from my end for today because I don't want to rush. Just look once on a Google or anything or anywhere you want to have something. Just have intro of JavaScript from your end. If you find anything, just let me know. If you want me to explain anything, just let me know. So guys, I hope are we clear with today's session. I'm not taking too much speed because I have a feedback that we have I was sometimes I speed up my things. So clear? We'll go slow by slow, no issues. Okay. There's anything from your end, you can ask me anything. I am here for 2-3 minutes right now. After that, I'll turn off. We are having Govardhan. Okay, he dropped off. Who has not submitted me the assignment? I hope you are. I hope you 11. It's up to you, Rochuk. I'm not forcing you to use that. Kunal, it's up to you how you want to make your project. You're asking me to make a complete website. But if you are having a HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, Divi, I hope you can make a complete website. I already told you if you want to club with members, just let me know with what member you will do the project. I have no issues, and if your college has no issues, you can club it 2 or 3 members. But if you're clubbing it with any member, then I'm expecting more from you guys because the work will be less, the creativity will be more. So who has got the highest marks? Have you seen your graded sheets? Who has got the highest marks? Have you seen that? Dilip, for what topics you are asking? I'm not clear, guys. With that, Vivek is in the class today. No, Vivek is not there, but Vivek has got the highest marks. Guys, actually, I'm very impressed with you guys. You have put your efforts. I'm really impressed. But I really want from you guys to have this thing till our training end because on your feedback, my next project will be decided whether they are satisfied with me or not. So if you give me the output, then they know I think they don't need any feedback from your end. Any doubts or should we turn off? Guys, you need to submit me the topics of the project. I will not tell you. Telling you again, you can club it with the guys, but it's up to you. I'll tell the Gurukul team to have a form for you guys. It will be shared on WhatsApp. I want you to fill that form ASAP when you receive it. Okay? And start working parallelly, guys, on project. Anjali, are you clear with that Stripe example? Good. Okay, guys, thank you. Good night.